All right, kids and kidlets, get the hairs out today. It's a little wild, a little wild. I have my burrito, breakfast burrito. We're gonna eat that. Good morning. Um, Good morning. Okay, I'm going to set this stuff up, of course. I won't be on tomorrow morning because I have a very important interview tomorrow. So I'm very excited about with Miss Martha Byrne, who is on As the World Turns. Yes, that Martha Byrne. So I'm very excited. Excuse me. That's in the morning. We're gonna talk. Okay. That's in the mornings. I'm on my normal time. It's 9:15. I guess you comes on. I'll eat my burrito in the meantime. It is from Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I hooked on their breakfast. I want something different. I have their salsa packet. I want something that have the coffee, the cinnamon coffee, which is delicious. I got a review on that. I don't know myself with a review on that. For lots of coffee, which is my other thing I have. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. We are getting through the week, aren't we? It's just like, wow, the week is happening. I'm getting a lot of work done. Moving forward on some things. I had some really good interviews yesterday. The guy who plays RJ, the woman who was a writer on Wine Out tomorrow. It's a lot of drama Friday. I have a lot of good interviews coming out tomorrow. You're gonna want to watch and or listen to them tomorrow, whatever your preference is. Um, you're not gonna want to miss them. Um, there's two good interviews coming tomorrow, so check both of those out. I'll be promoting the F out of them. That's some good stuff for next week. I'm working on. Also, I have some good interviews coming out next week. I've been interviewing my buns off. Mm. Yeah, bacon breaks weirdo. Let's go. Mm. Listen, delicious. Okay. Some really good interviews coming out. You're gonna love it. Tea is spilled everywhere. Just spilled everywhere. Fun. Someone must be my friend on Snapchat. I don't know who you are, so I block you. Thank you very much. I don't know who you is. Okay, you guys have all been. So I got some good videos out today. I actually have a video I got to share with you. There's part of a series that I do on my Patreon. It's a lot. And I talk about parts of my life. So I put it out today, very revealing. So I put that out today. Also, my if you listen to my audio podcast, what you want if you haven't listened to if you're not listening, I'm gonna really promote this show because if you're not listening to the show, I reveal a lot about myself on the What Show. It's whatever I'm feeling at the time that I want to talk about. And I talk about the fans on that one. So I just reveal my feelings. This is audio only, no video. I know you really only follow my video work. But I have some good audio stuff out there. I really think you should check it out. I'm gonna promote what today? Everyone know that's what's right now. Promote what? Promote what? I'm actually proud of that series, and it's becoming whatever I want it to be. It originally was going to be something else, and then it morphed into something else. But it's like it's been a fun. I get to be. I'm unfiltered, and I just say how I feel, and I talk about stuff on there, whatever I feel like it. My gardeners are here, so it might get loud. They usually come earlier. But I was safe. Do a show. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it gets too loud, I'll have to stop. But they do my front and backyard. This burrito is delicious. Mm-hmm. Hey, talk about I got breakfast. Talk about it's better than McDonald's and not expensive. This burrito's like $5. Um, in my backyard. So yeah, so it's that show. I'm gonna promote that show a little more. Okay, we're getting everybody come back to me. Okay, you know me, I'm working. But yeah, sorry. So what I just talk about all kind of stuff. So today's episodes of what, which is audio only, and it's a lot, which is video only. Kind of funny. I say listen and watch both of them today. You learn a little more about me. I encourage it. Also, happy anniversary edition days. They're celebrating 9 years today. This weekend's a bunch of festivities happening. Go edition days on any social media platform. And you'll see everything. Just boil down for that. I'm eating too fast. Um, but it's 9 years they started. It was the Days of Our Lives after show. It was Tony Moore, Mark J. Freeman, and Peter Ramos. They started it. Then a week later, I came on as a guest host, and that'll be my 9 year anniversary. So from like in like another 15 days, it'll be my 9 year anniversary doing soap recaps. So I just want to say thank you to them. Congratulations to them. You know, it's funny, we don't do any of this. We have to we do it for free. Our time, everything. We give up our Sundays, we give our time to do interviews. Oh my God, they're totally mowing the back lawn, which needs to be mowed because we had rain. And so now I'm competing with them mowing my lawn. That's really funny. I'm like, oh great. Um, but yeah, it's they I would not have been here for them. Good morning, Crystal. I don't even know if you can hear that or not. It's right in my ear. I'm like so oh you guys. Live television. Totally hear it. So loud. But yeah, happy 9 years this days. So I posted my own little tributes online. You can see early James Lott Jr., innocent James Lott Jr. That burrito's bomb. Sorry, I'm chewing right now. I put the rest of my mouth. I was hungry for some reason this morning. I need to eat that burrito. I need to start talking now. That was so, oh my God, it was so good. Get my coffee. This coffee's good too. Okay. Anyway, back to you guys. Um, a happy anniversary day. It's 9 years. We do it for free. That's why occasionally we see me asking for money, asking for donations. I we do it all the time because we try and make money because it costs to do these things. So we're trying our way, find our ways. It costs to have the Zoom. It costs to have all this little stuff, our equipment, all that kind of stuff. So that's why you hear us asking for things. But we love doing it. I mean, if I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't be doing it. I left a couple of times, came back. Sometimes breaks are good. Life breaks are good sometimes. So, hey, you come home. Give me your price, I'll write you a check, and then you can go. I want nothing from you. I'm sorry, so, shit, but I victim. I victim. You understand that? I've made my own life. I'm wealthy beyond. I'll write you a check, and then your wildest dreams. I'm respected and known around the world. And perhaps I should thank you for the pain you have caused me, for the cruelty you have done to me. Because without that, I would not be the man I'm now. And 44th anniversary to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden. No wealth means anything without family. Your price, now, you saw I posted my thing on X. There's nobody on here, Crystal. You are the only person on here. There is nobody here, Crystal. It's just us chickens, they say. There's nobody out here but us. That's it. Is this weird, Crystal? Like, there's nobody joining me. There's nobody here. It's just us. Isn't that weird? It's just you and me, girl. It's only two people watching. So you, me, and the chickens. Isn't that crazy? But Eric Braeden did retweet. I'm seeing with you, go Crystal Girl. It's just us. I'm like, so I'm assuming, and I think I'm okay to assume that no one's being notified. I'm sure no one's being notified that I'm alive. That I'm alive. And I'm sure that nobody's being notified that I'm on here. Watch me brush my hair, girl. Watch me brush my hair. I brush my hair back and forth. I brush my hair back and forth. I brush my hair. Not to brush my hair out in the morning, as you know. Get it to do something with it. But ain't nobody on here. It's just you and me, girl. I think I'll tell you two can kiss my grits. I know. Where are they? I know. My usuals aren't even on here, so I think they're not being told. I really believe that. I gotta save that. I think they're not being come on. That's what I can think of. I don't know. I don't know where he is. So I'm looking around to see who else, anybody else is live or anything. You know, it says like 5 people watching. Nobody on here. Ain't nobody, ain't nothing going on but the rent. Got to have a job if you want to be with me. See, I told you. See, Crystal, I told you. No notification. No notification. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal Bush. Thank you. And Crystal Hopkins, no notification. Because I uploaded videos yesterday. I uploaded videos yesterday. I did interviews. I uploaded videos. I think Matt's right. Whatever their algorithm, whatever it is, they're not giving it to. They're not. I don't understand. Also, you want to see me? I was on Draped in Gold yesterday with my friend Floa Boys. It's a fun episode. It's a quick episode. It's not that long. But you can check it out and see me do my thing over there, my crazy thing over there. It was a lot of fun. That was yesterday. I gotta make sure I tap it into. Let me add this to my appearances. Save to, I think, on various appearances. Where is it? TV appearances. There you go. Look at some comments. Okay, is that? Yeah, Matt's here. I assume you saw Whoopi after she said blah 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 blah. I watched the view. I watch the view every day. I know I watch the view every day, so I know what's going on in that world. As many of you know, I am friends with Shirley Ralph. Not friends with Whoopi. I've met her, love her, but I'm friends with Shirley Ralph. I actually do work for her. Known her for years. So, yeah. So I yes, I did see that. Yes, I did. Cheryl's having a moment. I mean, I said, I met Cheryl in between moments, and she was super. When I met her, she was super sweet to me, and so I always remember that because she was in between moments. She had all that success before, and she was in between, and she was sweet to me. She trusted me. Um, I was in her home, in her garage, in her closet. I mean, I was in there organizing stuff, and she trusted me. And her family always hires me for stuff over the years. Has hired me for things. Her kids are great. The staff is great. She has a cute place. I love it. And so I support Shirley 1,000%. And everything's happening to her. It's just like, why not? So I got two crystals and a mat like that. We need another crystal who spells her name differently than both you guys. I have my friend Christy, who spells her name different than you guys. Chris Ferris. She's an actress. I haven't talked to her in a while. But yes, I did see that. Yes, but I do watch the views. That's one thing. I do watch the view every day. I do watch that, and I did watch. I'm caught up on all the soap stuff for days. I watched one episode of Days on Monday, and I was rolling my eyes the whole time. So this should be interesting. But again, happy anniversary edition days. Happy anniversary edition days. Happy anniversary edition days. I would not be here for that. My anniversary is in a couple of weeks. So I saw these real lots. It was very yes, I tell people I have a podcast called What? So you go anywhere else on it's audio only. Wherever you get your audio podcast, type in What JLJ Media, I'll pop up. I've been dropping shit on there, knowledge on there for the last like year. So folks should be listening to that show because I have a new episode today. I've been I've been letting stuff out. So if you want to listen to something, go right ahead and listen to those episodes. I'm telling you all kinds of about myself. But it's a lot. It's on my Patreon, and I released the episode once to the public, my bedwetting episode by accident because I was a bedwetter. I'm not proud I was a bedwetter, but I have no shame in it. When I was a kid, I was a bedwetter, and it got lots of attention. So I thought this one I think deserves also some attention, but why I don't talk about certain things or where I stand on certain things. So I'm glad you saw it and looked at it. I encourage everybody to look at it, learn more about James Lott Jr. Because it was very shocking to me that someone in my chat was like, "Don't talk about politics," and as soon as I said one person's name, right after I said that person's name, it was like, "Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it." I'm like, "Wow, that I triggered something." So I thought, let me talk about it at least in here because I don't talk about politics a lot. But like one day I was on here, I talked about politics. Another day I was on here, I talked about religion. Like I will never not talk about something. It's not my branding. I don't talk about it all the time. Not even hammer it into you. But I do have opinions, and if the fans want me to talk about it, I will talk about it. There are certain things I may not say just because I don't want to start anything with anybody. But I have opinions and thoughts. I'm a fully formed person. But I won't be censored either. I'm not going to be censored. I love my audience and I try to give them what they want on a regular basis. So I know you guys are here for other things. That's why I have a lot of shows. You want race talk? I talk about race once a month. I mean, I have stuff for everybody. So I always do that. I was okay. I got stuff for everybody. So you can find your stuff with James Lott Jr. So if you want to just hear James talk Star Wars all day long, I have plenty of those shows for you. Yeah, I just watched Monday's episode and I just chuckled at a couple of things. And so I'm gonna try to watch the next four. I promised Tony I would. I am doing a look who's related. I am doing one. It's been a long time, but I'm doing one. So yes. Well, if you're longtime members, longtime JLJ followers know a lot of my stuff. I don't, yeah, they know a lot of my stuff. But then I mean, there is I have gained a lot of new followers in the last couple of years who may not know some of the things. I mean, during the pandemic, I was doing race talks and all the time, and gay and lesbian talks, and I was doing trans talks. I always do all kind of stuff. Like I said, I have a guy I talk politics with every once in a while, my friend Christopher Metzler, and we always have great conversations. I mean, like it's just kind of I'm not the person who will hammer stuff into you over and over again. But when situations come up, I talk about it. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, but yes, because I also understand the fatigue, of course, of everybody's talking about it. You want to break from it, also. Like you get everybody wants a break from because everybody's talking about the same 5, 6 things. So I get that. I get that too. You're like, I don't. That's the last thing I want to talk about is that. So most of the time I don't want to talk about it either. Just brushing my hair out. This unbrushed is the bomb. Fucking love it. And I'm just brushing my hair out. I'm just not going to do my hair today yet. It's still early. It's only 9:34. Keep your expectations low. This might be the time. I always might watch Days of Our Lives in full entirety in the whole year. But again, I promised Tony that I would watch this week so we can talk about it. Me and other former co-hosts. I know who's not going to be there. It's going to be. I mean, I can tell you that. I can tell you that. I just better folks are not coming, but I'll be there. And on Saturday, as you guys know, the Try Zoom has been postponed to early April, so I will be popping through Tony's 9-year anniversary. Zoom. I will keep you posted on what's going on. I have a situation that's popped up that I'm trying. And so once I figure out the dates of that situation, I can't do anything for March or April just yet. I'm before I can do any stuff. I know it sounds ominous. Sort of. There's no other way for me to. I'll tell you everything once I know everything. But like right now, I'm like, I'd rather just wait until you've been asking when's the schedule coming out. So usually I'm very much 2 months in ahead. So the way I can really answer that without sounding so secretive, which is that I have something going on. I will be letting you guys all know everything when I'm able to let everybody know everything, and then you'll know why schedules or whatever. So I'm figuring it out now, and that's all. That's why I know. I still can't say it, but yeah, you'll know everything. I'll tell you everything when it's ready. I'll tell you everything when it's ready. I have to organize some stuff. And like I said, last week of February, I have jury duty, so now I got to find out. So hopefully, I don't get called in because I have a leap day Zoom that starts at 5. So let's pray that I'm done way before then. So I got people who sign up for a leap day just in case. It may go later. I may start later. I don't want to cancel it at all because it's leap day. It's a leap day thing. I don't want to cancel it. But I don't know. If I get jury duty, I'll be in LA. Crystal, that's the thing too. The problem is when it's anything important. It's one of those things where it's half and half, right, Crystal? There are those who don't want to talk about anything important. Then you have those who that's all they're talking about. We're a very extreme society right now. Like right now, we're very extreme. There's no nuance anymore. Um, as we saw, Crystal, in some of these chats, right? Where I brought up the disabled thing, and some people were trying to just like slack it off. It's like, and you know me, I'm like, no, we're not slacking it off. We're going to talk about it. Like, I mean, so it's really interesting. You got people who don't want to do anything, who don't want anything. They want a full escape, which I understand on some level. Then there are others who that's all they do. I don't mind being in the middle somewhere. I don't mind being somewhere. I'm like in the middle. I'm like, yeah, we talk about something sensitive. We talk about silly stuff. We talk about serious stuff. We talk about everything. I think that's life. A little bit of everything. So that's kind of where I'm at. Looking forward to my San Diego trip next week, early next week. Getting a little nervous. I get to speak. I have my LCT projector. I pulled out. I'm gonna test it today. They say they have one also, but I'm like, just in case. That just reminds me of something. Hi, Bridget. Bridget, you watched Todd Bridges' interview? Yeah. Bridget, I was talking about Todd Bridges yesterday. One of my favorite interviews of all time. Right back, kids. Right back, kids. Todd Bridges is the bomb, Dee. I got to work on that later. Todd, happy for ashes. Todd Bridges is the bomb. I would sit down with him again. Todd is, he's like me. We're around the same age. He's open and honest. He's seen a lot. He's done a lot. He admits everything. He's real and honest. We had a great talk before the show. We had a great talk after the show. Like, I love those. Todd Bridges, In Vogue, we were all just like, we were hanging out together, having a good time. Oh, freaking white people. What happened? What happened, Breed Fascists? Why are we saying freaking white people? What's going on? Freaky white people. What's going on? Freaky YouTube. Oh, freaky YouTube. I'm like white people. I'm like, or YouTube. Freaky what? So right now, my gardeners are here. I can hear them in my ear. I can't. I guess you guys can't hear them. They're in my ear right now because they're mowing the lawn in the back, and they're working. I can hear them. They're so loud to me right now. So I'll see my garden after it's been shaved and shorn and all that stuff. We had rain last night. Rain came back last night and then it stopped. So today it's beautiful. Um, but Todd is somebody who he's seen it all, been it all, very smart. very self-deprecating, everything. He's a good interview. And I said with him in Vogue, I was in Vogue after we sat and talked. Can you say hi to the fans? Hello, fans. It's my daughter's kids. I called her to tell her news, which I said I'm going to tell them the news, right? I'm going to tell them the news right now. But she's calling back because you probably heard my voice message, right? I did, yeah. So I will call you when I'm done with the show. Okay. Have a good time. Say bye to fans. Bye, fans. I love you. I'll call you later. I love you too. Bye. Okay. That's my daughter. I got other stuff I gotta tell her. I know I was like, because they use white. Okay, let me make it very clear, folks, if you were listening. A lot of folks use YT as in white people. That's the symbol they use, YT, to describe white people. So I thought she said freaky white people, but she's like freaky YouTube. That's why I caught it like, oh, YouTube, because I was just saying before he came on, I'm sure it told Nadia I was on. Because me and Crystal Hopkins were on here for like fucking 20 minutes by ourselves. So that's crazy. But anyway, so what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yes, okay. Todd Bridges in Vogue. In Vogue was eating chicken and shit after the show. They had food delivered. Where I was hanging out, I'm hanging out with In Vogue. Loose Ends was that way. Ed Asner was that way. Eric Braeden, happy 44th anniversary, Eric Braeden. Like, I had to explain that to people at home just in case I'm like, I want to make them cry. And so and he hung out with me afterwards before. We had great laughs. So that's why I said I have to like, because Eric and I had some great conversations pre-camera and post-camera that there was some good stuff. So anyway, so I love when that happens because some people will come in, they're in out. Eileen Davidson, we hung out with her before and after. She was great, and Vince Van Patten. So I love when that happens. Anyways, I'm gonna ask again. I am gonna ask. Now that you said that. See, I'm gonna put it on my list. I told you I follow what the fans tell me. Shit. Todd Bridges. I know his manager. I'm gonna reach out to him again. And say let's have another talk. Because it's been years now at this point. So he's always doing spaces I see in the mornings on X Twitter. So yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but yeah, he's a dearth and a wealth of knowledge. I'm gonna put out some lotion, can't be dry. My skin is soft. It's soft. I'm using this morning Quarez Mediterranean Vanilla. Quarez is the bomb, folks. It smells so good. So anyway, so that's it. So I put it down, Bridget. I'm gonna ask. See, as we go from there. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was my show my award-winning show breaking into on Black Hollywood Live, which I thought about trying to revive that. I don't have the rights to it because it wasn't I didn't create the show. And I was like, well, what show can I do that's like it? Like, yeah, that show was one of a kind, but I wish I could continue it because I inherited it from Nick Cannon, the subject of all people. It was his show in conjunction with AfterBuzz TV. Their host left. They gave it to me to revive it and reboot it, which I did. And then it was successful. And then, of course, we went out of business. So I would love to. I love talking to the old stars of Hollywood. They have all the best stories. They know what went down. They know what happened. Hit the like button, kids. And I'm sure everybody just chatting might know is subscribe to my channel, but just in case you're watching or listening for the first time, subscribe. I have lots of great other episodes of JLJ this morning, JLJ this evening, and JLJ After Dark, plus all kinds of other shows. Someone posted a fake Mandalorian Grogu poster. We don't know if it hasn't been confirmed if it's real or not. I don't think it's real. Oh, funny. And so I'm not going to report on that just yet until I get confirmation for that. But follow us, follow me, everyone, follow me. Thank you. And with donations, of course. PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, and Venmo. They're underneath the video. I can tell you what they're on here. Also, I got to remember to promote myself. I also have Patreon, of course, and I post all kind of shit on there all the time. I got more stuff to come. I have stuff that I didn't put up there yet. I'm trying to put up there. Join any tier. James I Jr. Once a month you get charged. You need $1 a month. You do 5, 10, whatever. The more you put in, the more you get, of course. And then, of course, buy me a coffee, which is a one-time thing. You can go in, buy me a couple of coffees. You unlock 3 separate shows that are just on there. I do coffee reviews. I you go on there, and then you can have that. I know. I'm trying to promote everything. For Jacarius, I gotta send this out to him. So you can send back my portrait. I can't even speak English all of a sudden. My portrait. So I'm very excited about that. So I can get that back. And I can show it to you guys. A little show and tell. I'm telling you, these unbrushes are the bomb. I'll leave my hair wild today. It's black hair, so I'm blackity black this month. So we're gonna leave it out. I'm telling you, this Cinnabon coffee is good, but it's funny. Taco Bell there's no logo on it or anything. That's wrong. But it tastes like Cinnabon. Remember Cinnabon? But I used to always get the extra frosting. Hey, it's me to cause trouble. Don't worry, Diddy Flower. I caused trouble yesterday, so I probably lost a few viewers. I'm sure. Lots of content. I know. Yeah, even for the $1. If you come up for $1, you get access to everything last year. I didn't restrict anybody. I said, well, you just got stuff from last year too. So you have plenty of content to peruse through. And I posted like 7 things today. Actually, my Patreon, I posted behind the scenes at CBS Television City when I was going to the Young and the Restless. So you check that out on there. But yeah, I have every tier I put something. But $1 tier, there's stuff on there too. And I gained a new $1 Patreon, Tanya. Hi, Tanya. And so she gets to see all kinds of stuff. My garden, pictures of my garden, all kinds of stuff. But I did post a couple pictures of my garden too on X. So I do that X, Twitter. I do that. But Daisy Flower, nothing to cause trouble with. There's nothing. I mean, what can cause trouble with today? There's nothing to. Yesterday was the funeral, General Hospital. Nothing there to cause. I liked the episode. I thought it was pretty good. I have nothing to say bad about the episode. Again, I know the new writers are coming, so I'm very excited. And the new writers are coming, so I'm not like, okay, let's see how this all disappear at some point. What's saying, you guys? I gotta check something. Hi, how are you? Did he cut these branches down too? It's all dead. They'll cut them all down. Yeah, the grapes are dead. Yes, all of it. Yes. Thank you. Sorry, kids. I had to take care of some business. My Oh yes, 1 second. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh. Hello. Yes, aquí. See, all there. Yes. Un todo. It's all muerto. Yeah. No bueno. I had some uvas. They were good. They were. But it's dead now. Thank you. I speak a little Spanish too, so for that. But my grapes, they've come in already and they're gone. So they've already fruited twice. It's just some tangly mess happening. All these branches. So he's gonna cut all the branches down, and it's gonna grow back. I cut everything down to the nubs, and it still grew back. So but now it's just tangling up everything. I'm like, I don't need all that tangling stuff back there. So actually, I'm glad I'm here because sometimes I'm not here when they're here. I can always can't tell them everything. So that works. So sorry. So I had a little housework, a little house management. It's not easy being a single girl in the city. And I love my 2 terabyte hard drive. I formatted it and everything. I always forget how to do it every single time. I always have to always pull up on Google how to format the WD elements to a Mac, and then I do. I'm going. So I've got it so easy. So I love it. It's cute. It's this one's fatter than the other one. The other ones are usually like this slim, slender thing. So thank you guys for helping me get this the other day. I'm sorry because I say it saved me. It saved me. I can continue. I can continue working. My computer was full. Oh, what? I'm so sorry. Like I said, I didn't plan. I thought they usually come like around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I usually wait till after they're done before I come on here. Um, give me a sec. Don't go anywhere, kids. Sorry, buddy. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I had to take care of a bunch of gardening stuff. Here I am. Sorry, buddy. I had to take. We are planting things because things are so. Matt was asking how my garden was going. Well, my garden, it's growing. We've had so much rain the last month that my stuff now we got things are outgrowing my pot. So we're gonna plant some stuff in the ground. We just did 2 things in the ground. 3 others. I was telling them where to place them. We're very collaborative. I asked for his opinion. I had a wheelbarrow, and I did. It's not a Christmas tree. So this is Black History Month African colors tree with the kente cloth hat on top. These are all the different African colors. So it's not a Christmas tree. It's a Black History Month tree. That's what it is right now. So that's what I'm doing. And so that's what I'm doing. So yes. But anyway, so but anyway, the whole thing is it's we're getting the garden, we're rearranging stuff. Stuff is just growing. So everything's happening. It's funny, you'll plant something and it'll take forever to sprout. And you have to learn patience. And that's one of the things about learning when you garden, you have to learn patience. And I have to learn patience that I wanted certain things a certain way right away, but that doesn't always happen. But now a lot of my trees and stuff are growing the way I want them to grow. You have to kind of train them. So it's a lot. So the rookie's like, come on, there you go. He said, yes, there you go. If I can see the kente cloth hat on top. So, and I'm going to wear my Emmy winning outfit to my talk next week. I'll wear my famous kente cloth jacket, black pants. But this was my favorite. This got me on 25 best dressed lists 2 years ago. And it's a beautiful, it's a totally kente cloth. It's from West Africa. I'm very excited. I'll be wearing that at my talk. We are black this month. Well, not every month, but I'm blackly black this month. I'm not sure they said the drought was over last time, but I have no idea. I have no idea. But all I know is we got flooding going on right now here, so it's kind of crazy. So I am being black this month, being blackly black. Work out. So yes, we're doing that. So the garden is being tended to. Normally they come early, and that's why I have it all done before I come on the show. I usually don't do a show until after they're done. I tell you easy, so but I had to handle a few things. So my garden's always in transition. It's always, we talked about some of the plants that I need. I made sure I check go as fast as I can because I don't want to. You guys are sitting on here on dead air. Sorry, folks. We'll be listening to this later. This will be some dead air on here. But I had to take care of that. And I got to work on my mother's garden because I have to get it back to its glory also. So I'm already taking some of my plants over to her. I haven't decided yet, or buying her new ones. And spring is around the corner. I love it. So, but in LA, we don't have seasons here, so it's kind of like it's spring all the time here. It's about we just had 3 days of rain, and it was wonderful. It's my garden is so happy, and Uniqlo's trying to get me to buy some. So like no thanks. And the weather is nice outside. I know. I went outside. The weather is nice. Woo! The weather is nice outside. Tony, we're saying Crystal Hawkins and I were on here for almost a half an hour before anybody came on. She was like, "Where's everybody?" And I go, "I don't know." I said again, and I'm telling you because so what I'm doing is I've been uploading more videos, shorts, videos. It's kind of crazy. It's really it's too much. It's too much. They're not telling you guys what's going on. Ruki, actually, a really good question. I will answer that because it's very interesting. So, I'm part of a garden club here in Culver City. I've been there for years. They've hired me for I could do garden tool organization, garage organization. I can also help you. I tell people if you want me to help you with your gardens, I have had a couple of clients added on the service was that I organize their gardens, putting the plants in the right spots, cleaning out pots. Because I love doing that, but I never thought about doing that as a full time. It's so I added it as kind of a service, but it's something I'm looking for. I'm looking into more now. Going, if I loves my garden, I guess you could hire me, and I could come out there and organize your garden. Make sure all your roses are on this side. That's right. Now I don't do garden work. I'm not gonna be out there shoveling shit. I'll bring a gardener with me and they can do all that. But I will. But I have helped my gardener, help my clients, like because I'll move pots. That part I'll do, but I don't do the gardening part. But I will help you, like say you put over here, this over here, and make it look pretty. That's a good thought though. I've been thinking about that. I should add that as a service, just like plant organization. And someone just asked me about what was they asking me? They asked me something about they asked me about how to buy plants, and I was telling them go to like to Lowe's or to Home Depot or any kind of place you have that has that kind of stuff, and usually have everything sectioned where like low light, bright light, indirect light. Just follow what that is, follow what's in your house, and go from there. That's all other. That's a lot of soil with James Love Jr.'s kind of story. I mean, that's something I should probably. I wanted to do that before I started the show, and it didn't really work out the way I wanted to. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I know. Well, in LA, gardening is big, but I used to work in farm and ag, so I do know. So it's a whole weird cross section. I would never want to be in the gardening business, but I say I don't mind getting dirty. You know that pretty fast. I have no problem getting dirty. But no, I don't want to get into the gardening business. But I mean, it's part of organizing, and it was part of a house thing. I can add a partial service to that, I guess, to some level. I guess because again, I don't want to turn everything I do into business because I need something. Gardening is like kind of my hobby. It's my happy place and saves my life. I don't want to turn everything into a business because then it stops being fun. I mean, it's fun, but it stops being just for me. So there's certain things I'm like, yeah, I keep for myself. But it is something that it's like I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. I don't know. So I just but I mean, but adding that on a little bit maybe for a few things. But anyway, enough about that. Enough about that stuff. But yeah, I've been on for 50 minutes, and the first half hour nobody was with me, and I'm like, why is nobody? So I'm seeing that. No, I guess you don't get notified, but I'm doing more interviews. I'm doing more stuff, and just I'm uploading them. So I'm like, I'm not going to stop working. I mean, I'm going to give you content. So I don't know. I don't, and you can't talk about YouTube. YouTube doesn't give shit. They don't care. They don't give two shits. They don't care. So I don't know who I would even try contact. Someone asked me if I heard about the Ari Zucker. I have. So Ari Zucker, I have no comment at the moment. I'm going to I know the parties involved. I'm going to just wait and see kind of what happens. What I'm gonna say. I was very self shutting you out when it. Yeah, that was just, well, Flobo, I did a favor for him yesterday, a professional favor. So that was very nice. I didn't expect him to do that. So it was very nice of him. I've come to his rescue professionally 8 or 9 times now. So, and that's what we do that for each other. I've done stuff for Tony. Tony's stuff for me. It was all last minute. So it was very nice of him to give me a shout out last minute on Twitter. I did because we did the show yesterday. So that was nice. Hi, Samantha. So that was very nice. So I see Flow led you here to me. Yeah, you know, if I know. I don't even know what. There is nothing I can do about it. And it's funny because I'm watching other content creators who are telling me that they're having problems on Instagram. So they're going on TikTok. I have friends who are back on TikTok and they're on Instagram. And they're saying now they're having problems on YouTube. Like it's just like everybody's having problems everywhere. And social media, I don't know. Again, I keep saying we're at the mercy of social media. We're at the mercy of these platforms. I don't own YouTube, so I can't control it. I was like, I'm at the mercy of them. Whatever they choose to do, that's So anyway, it's not fair. It's just I don't. It's like we're all trying to figure this out. And I think, and that's what's so crazy about this is that we're all trying to follow the rules. We're all trying to follow all the stuff they tell us to do. They change it up, and just don't care. You just don't give a shit. So we're trying to. It is a rat race, social media. It is. We're all trying to just present our stuff. We're all just trying to do our stuff, and they just not. It's crazy. So we're just trying to figure it out. So I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm here. I'm here. I might come on tonight later. So it is. And when I had a great conversation with a guy named Stephen Lovegrove. He's another life coach, and it's coming out next week, probably Tuesday. And we talked about that. We said now the key is to be a big fish in a small pond. It's like, so you just take your little group and you grow. That's just your days. That's a perfect example. Today's the anniversary, 9 years. We started AfterBuzz TV. No one knew who the F we were. And little by little, started growing. We started playing to those first fans, those first watchers, those first viewers, those first listeners. We made them feel important. We had them included. We talked to them, and just little by little by little by little, and it's you build your community, and that's what happens. You get bigger and bigger and bigger, and so I got them doing. Sorry if you hear that. They're weed whacking my backyard right outside my window. But I know that we had to start. So we had to start. You started with 0 people. They didn't know. No one knew who Tony was, or me, or Mark J. Freeman, or Peter Ramos, or they didn't know who we were. They didn't know who Lucretia Lyon was, or Frank Moran, or Nadine Harvey. When we first started, they didn't know who we were. They came in because of AfterBuzz TV, and then we started. We had to grow the audience from scratch, and that's what happens. You get bigger, you get bigger, you get bigger, and then that's what starts happening. And that's how I guess you have to do it. And then some of us are such little areas, little pockets, because there's so many. The world is billions of us in the world. It's like just have your little area, and you know, and I'm happy in my little corner. I'm like, yeah, occasionally mainstream stuff happens to me, but for the most part, it's just a little pocket, and we have a good time. I feel so bougie this morning. My gardeners are getting in the way of me talking. And I flip my hair. I'm trying to comb it out. Like then I'll decide if I make it curly today or not. I haven't decided. Um, yeah, but yeah. But back to the social media stuff. We're at the you know at the mercy of it. And for me, me being on YouTube, that's my best space. I don't do Facebook lives. I don't do like Instagram lives, but I had a nice space on Instagram too of folks, and I still do. But I mean, if I did more lives, it'd probably come back. And then Twitter, I'm just on it. I gotta do more blogs. I was a huge blogger back in the day, and then I just left it. So I have a blog website kind of. I want to work on that too. James did what professional you did? I don't even know what I said. I don't even know what I said for you to say that at this point. I'm distracted by all this stuff back here behind me. So I don't know. When you get older, you just forget shit faster. And a lot of you guys, some of you guys know that feeling. They're right outside my window. Oh, give me a second. It's in my ear right here. Where they do, I can't talk at the same time. It's right in my ear. Okay, I think I can talk. Sorry, 1 second. I have these people outside my window, and I can't hear myself. Um, I don't like Twitter, and actually, a lot of my fans have left Twitter. A lot of my fellow colleagues have left Twitter. I haven't left it. I'm still on it. I'm trying to come closer to talk to you guys. Um, I don't like Twitter. I don't. I think it's a cesspool. I think it's a hellscape. I've been attacked on there more than anything else. So I don't do it. I don't. I will not. So Root King, I will never be on Twitter doing spaces or any of that stuff. Nope, not me. I'm good. I just do. I'm on it because it's a platform. I feel like I should be at least hanging on in there. I almost left it twice. It's not. I'm gonna stay on these platforms. I don't like Twitter at all. I just do basic stuff on there, and that's it. Eric Braden did like my post today. It's his 44th anniversary on Young and Restless, and we're friends. But I like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube better, much better. You know, Facebook's a hellscape too, and so I don't do any of those groups anymore. So I don't think Twitter's hot right now. I disagree with you. I don't think it's hot. Just that there are people doing stuff on there, but I know a lot of folks who are not on Twitter. I disagree with that statement. I don't think it's hot. TikTok's the hottest one right now. TikTok's the hottest one. And Instagram. Those are the two hot ones of anything. But Twitter just I know a lot of people who have left Twitter and who just are barely on it. Oh, I'm sure there's some positive voices on there and good for them. I'm sure there is. There's positive voices everywhere. There's a lot of positive voices everywhere. But I just think it's few and far between. And it's on both sides. I'm not somebody who's one side person. I'm like a middle somewhere. And I'm just like, it's too much for me on both sides. I'm with Crystal. It's very low vibrational to me. I'm surrounded by much more positiveness on Instagram than I am on any other platform. Because TikTok can be weird too. TikTok is like there are billions of people you don't know. At least on Instagram, you kind of know who you're following, who they're following you. You kind of know them. I have a lot more positive contact on that platform than do anywhere else. And positive, and not here too, on YouTube too. It's fine. Um, but I just on Twitter, nah, I'm good. But if you are getting good stuff out of it, anybody, if you are enjoying Twitter and getting good stuff out of it, good for you guys. But I just know that I'm getting people. The whole thing, Elon Musk has ruined it to me. He has ruined it, and it's like I block people. I try to look at some people. I'm seeing people on my feed that I'm like, why am I seeing them on my feed? Like I don't want to see them on my feed. I see all I see is mostly negative stuff. So like nobody's happy with anything. So that's why I say so for me. But if you're getting good stuff out anyway, I always like there's always that adage. Sometimes it's the messenger, not the message. No, it's the message, not the messenger. So I know for some people who like the big mega churches and stuff, I think all those people are crooked. But if you like the message, then get the message. If it works for you and it makes you feel like a better person, and it helps you out in life, then it's good. I know it's you put a positive comment out there and people usually attack it. I get attacked all the time when I'm on there. Ugh. I hate Elon Musk, so I think he's ruined it. But no, but again, I'm not here to argue. You like it, Root, good for you. And then anybody on here likes it and get out of it, then great. But I'm just gonna disagree at the moment currently. I disagree with that. I feel like Twitter was a moment years ago, and then it went down. So, but we can agree disagree. That won't be the first time you and I disagree. You and I rarely agree on anything, so that's fine. I have no problem with that. But YouTube is still YouTube. It's just that you just know customer service sucks. Yeah, I'm getting kind of that's why I just share stuff too on there too. I said, no, if you like it, good. I mean, it works for you, and good for you. Good. Okay. Hi, Jacarius. How are you? We're talking, hanging in there. Um, I stay at my places. People do what they do what they gotta do, so that's good. I do private Zooms, and those are my best things anyway. So fuck all this other stuff. At least the private Zooms, I can control that, and we have the best conversations. And it's funny, people are doing Zooms more, so that's very interesting. I was doing one of the first ones to do them, and now everybody's doing them. So I think it's kind of funny. I got a lot of flack for it, but now everybody's doing them, and oh my god, the blowout. I know. I'm just like, I'm gonna do something with it. This is JLJ this morning. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I was going to the side. I'll go to the side. I got to do the other day. Hi, Ethel. But I'll tell you, my favorite place is my Zooms because we talk. We have diverse people in there. We have a good time. We have fun. And it's a safe space. So I tell you, come to my Zooms. You won't be sorry. We have a good time. Thanks, so fluffy. And my gardener was like, "What happened to your hair?" I go, "I stuck my hand in the socket." This coffee was so good. Oh, there you go. It's his birthday coming up. So tomorrow, my interview with Joshua Hoffman, who plays RJ on Bowl, will be out. Tomorrow, my interview with ex Emmy winning writer, Restless, Lynn Martin, will be out, and she spills all the tea. Two good shows tomorrow, two good interviews. You won't want to miss that. You want soap content? Watch both of them. Watch both of them. I don't go for it. This is Reggie Watts from the Corden show. He did his big hair to the side. He always had a big kind of poofy ponytail to the side. I don't know what I'm doing. I was combing it. his wedding's coming up. Oh, okay, it's on Sunday. Okay. So yeah, so I'm yeah, we're gonna do that. So yeah, all right. So yeah, it's gonna be it's but anyway, wherever you find, and no polls so far. I'm not inspired for any polls. Um, because I've done a poll before on where do you get your stuff from. I've done it before already, so I'm not gonna do that again. Right now I'm not inspired today. I don't know. I'm not hungry because I ate when I first came on. No one was here. I had a burrito and a coffee from Taco Bell, so I'm not hungry at the moment. And I don't know. I don't know what poll to give. And it's beautiful outside. My gardeners are here. I'm doing stuff with them. It's beautiful outside. I don't have a poll today. I don't think. So far. We'll see if one comes up. Before I'm be on. I'll be on for another hour or so. So we'll see if anything comes up. Um, no, you don't know anything yet. First, the thing, Crystal, is we're here in LA. You have to call in, and then if you get called in, you get sent to a room for jury selection, and that's when you find out about the case. They tell you the case, present it, and then they tell you how long the case is going to be. Then they interview people. Leaf blower, right in my ear. Oh, you'll love Joshua Hoffman. He's great. You'll love him. He's not RJ, right? He's not RJ. So you'll love him. So yeah, I won't know anything. That's the whole thing. The Why are you asking? Do I think you can draw? Obviously, I think you can because I just bought one of your paintings. So yes, I think you can draw. Okay. Yeah, I still don't know anything. Yeah, you don't know anything until they tell you to get into the room. And they'll go, is there anybody who has a hardship that can't do this case? And then you get up and they interview you and ask you why, of course, and then they dismiss you if they feel it's good enough. So y'all won't know anything until. And if I did, I still couldn't talk about it. You're sworn to secrecy. You can't talk about the cases. And I was certainly not going to talk about it on here and get myself in trouble. Oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I can tell you afterwards if I get. Let's pray I don't get on a case. But I'll tell you afterwards. So yes. Um, Everybody say hi to each other. We have 15 people. Let's see how many likes I got. I have 13 likes. That's good. Okay, I'll take that. That's good. I will totally take that. Yes, we know you love some Carson Boatman. Yes, we do. We know that. Yes, that's we don't have to worry about that at all. We know that is your favorite person. Yes. And maybe one day you will. You never know. I have no reason to interview him because I don't do Days of Our Lives content. I know him and he knows who we were friends. I know who we're not well friendly. We know who each other is. I know his wife. She's an ex after buzzer. But yeah, I have no reason to interview him because I don't do anything. I don't do Days of Our Lives content. That's totally Tony and I have a gentleman's agreement. I don't usually do Days actors unless they have other stuff going on. Wally Kurth doesn't count because he does General Hospital and Days. It's a friend of mine. So that's open. That's open. I'm doing Martha Madison because she has a business and she's a friend of mine. So like certain ones, James Reynolds is a friend of mine. Like certain ones I will interview but most of the time, if it's another soap, it's for me. If it relates to Days of Our Lives, it's for him and Edition Days. That's our gentleman's agreements. We got to support each other. Me and Tony have been in this business together. We got to support each other. We do not. We don't step on each other for nothing. For this town, people will do it in a second. Like we don't do that. Have a good day. Yes, I know. I know. Tony's saying. Yes, Tony comes up with Ethel. Tony comes up with a new thing every day, every Sunday. Yes, I know. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He makes me. I always tell him he makes me laugh. He totally makes me laugh. He makes fun of my age all the time. So yes, he does. That's and he's been doing that for since the beginning. He used to make fun of Mark J. Freeman's age, um, my age all the time. He's younger than us. So that's always the thing. It's funny. Yeah, I saw that too. I think Jacarius left. I think Matt, you were too long. Took too long. Were you sleeping? What's going on? Are you taking a nap? I think he left already. Yeah, I saw that too, Crystal. But I said, but see, the thing is, I read the comings and goings. I mean, I'm online, so I do see the different various, um, various news. But you're right to see it. You're like, oh, that's what's going on. Because you just didn't, I didn't see it. So yeah, I'm seeing it. Yeah, I'm gonna have some comments on Sunday. Well, let's see. We'll see what happens. It should be funny because it's gonna be the old cast, the new cast. It should be a trip of all of us together. With Michael Mattis and Araceli and Justin Lee Harold and all that. So it should be very interesting. Because Tony's like, I got to worry about is you and Mark. And they kind of fit the character too long. I guess I'm like, yeah, I think he's gone already. He was in and out. He saw he came in, he left, he's out. So he's like, I got to worry about you and Mark because we're wild cards. So but we're the OGs. Shit, we started this whole thing. We were the magical trio. Me, Mark, and Tony. I posted a picture of us together. I have so I'm gonna have an outfit for each event because back in the day, fans used to send us stuff. So I have a fan made shirt. I have a fan made mug from back in the Days of Our Lives fans were our first fans. Were my first fans. You never get your first, right? And they would send us presents to AfterBuzz TV, and it was like we couldn't believe it. We're like, what? It was so bizarre to us, that concept. So I have all that stuff sitting out. So I have what I'm going to wear to the Zoom and what I'm going to wear to the show. So I have both of those. I have several things I'm going to do. And I have my mug. I'm going to have my Days of Our Lives mug that was made for us. And I'm doing a Look Who's Related. I'm doing one. It's a stretch, but it's fine. I said I want something fun, so it'll be fun. And so I'll be doing that. Um, what else? Well, yeah, but our soap shows will not be back till next week. Xander. I think they're done. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I'll be right back. Entertain yourselves. Again, if you want to donate, donate. If you want to buy my lunch today, buy me lunch. And we'll do a poll on what I should have. My hair is like crazy. Okay. My grabber is over here. Let me get up. Be right back. All right. Everything looks good outside. They did a great job. They did a great job. Okay. I'll be taking some pictures later of outside. We did some changes. And we have some proposed changes. Oh, yeah. Back. My furrow back. My furrow back. So anyway, so yeah, it's good. Let's go back to the furrow. I might go back to my furrow. I have all this hair. It's just hair everywhere. Hair everywhere. Okay, any questions to ask me while we're on here? I'll open up to a question answer portion. I don't think I was thinking something to drink. Like, finished my coffee. Now I'm like, they should give me something to drink. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So yeah, what are we doing? What are we talk about? What are we talk about next? I've been on 87 minutes. Dang. Okay. Well, that went fast. 87 minutes went totally fast. I'm like, man. Mhm. Well, I guess you're thinking, I'm gonna get something to drink. I'm gonna get some orange juice or something. Time for some drink. Oh, there we go. Good. Okay. Whatever happened to the alley trimming issue? Of course, it's wintertime. So the trees, all of the leaves fell out. I kept saying if they waited another month, it's like it's winter. So there's no issue because there's no leaves. Those trees completely are barren and they'll come back in the spring. So we shaved them down. They have not said anything to us. We've had no fine sent to us. We're not at court. No, she's gotten nothing, no notifications. But right now, if you drop them down the street, there's nothing there because all those trees are barren. So there's no obstruction. Of course not. I was like, of course not. From December to about March, April, that's how they are. So just dumb. It's Inglewood. Inglewood just likes to charge for stuff. So yeah, so there's nothing going on with that. What inspired you to put your plants on plant stands in your garden? I thought it was cool. It's an LA thing. It's just LA. I watch it by in LA. LA is known for plants and pots, plants above. We had it because we have drought. So for 20 something years we had a drought here. So planting plants in the ground is not the thing. We couldn't water. We had water restrictions here. So LA is known for all their plants being above ground. So most people's yards, you'll see their plants are in pots or plant stands. And I wanted to, and for aesthetic reasons, I wanted a little bit of everything. So I have plants that hang. I have plants in tall stands, short stands, medium stands, big pots, small pots. I have some in the ground because, hi Rebecca, I have some in the ground because now we can water. And I don't know if our drought's over, but we're getting lots of water. But that's the whole point was that it's because for years we couldn't put anything in the ground. The ground was so barren we couldn't water. It's like fake grass is big out here, and also the whole wood chips or white stones. Thing. Do I know Julie Roberts? No, I don't. However, comma, I know her brother Eric Roberts. I did an interview with him, which we had the best time. I met him once. Then we did an interview last year. So go to Extra Connections with Paris Dillon and Eric Roberts here on YouTube. And but I do not know Julie, but I know Eric. One of my favorite interviews. He's great. He's great. Eric Roberts is amazing. So it's funny you say Julia Roberts. I'm like, very good. So I know Eric. Good question. There's a couple of good questions. So far, two about the alley. I love it. And plants. Guess I'm the plant father, apparently. Keep the questions coming. What else you got? What else you guys got? Do you know if Inglewood is a safe area? Oh no, sorry, there's no one. Okay. Um, I see Crystal's question. Okay, first I'll answer Rebecca. Um, it's not completely safe, but I feel like I get there at some point because of gentrification and we have a lot of stuff happening in Inglewood. And so I live here. And so it's not, I live on the border of LA. So LA, this part of LA is not safe. So it may not even, it may not say be Inglewood, it could be the LA side, so it's spilling over. So we're getting there. Crystal's question, I love this. Why is Barbara Streisand your favorite singer, and who is your second, third, and favorite? So Barbara Streisand, her voice, number one, just her voice is, she can hold a note. She can, she's one of the best singers of our generation. I love her work. She's done pop and soft rock and Broadway and Yiddish, and she's a composer, an actress. She says she's a Taurus like I am. She's just, but in terms of singers, I love her voice. I love her song choices. I have all her albums. I just think she to me is incomparable. And I love her songs. I just love her songs so much. But her voice of her generation, just literally voice generation. Um, she sounds effortless when she sings. My second, third, and favorite singers in terms of singers. My second favorite singer is Barry White. Um, Great composer. That deep voice is my voice idol. Huge, just a huge, just influence for me. Huge influence for me. Number three, not for her singing, but for everything else, is Madonna. Everybody knows, huge Madonna fan. And then fourth would be Prince. So my big thing is Barbra Streisand, Barry White, Madonna, and Prince. And I like them all for so many various reasons, but I also love their music. I love their voices. And in my top 20 of people, Michael Jackson, Johnny Mathis, Nat King Cole, Mariah Carey. There are others I like, but those are my top four. Yes, I'm one. I all roads to JLJ, as they always say. I'm one. I was called the most famous, unfamous person in Hollywood. I know about everybody, or I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. I get around. Um, your opinion on the art situation. Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't here early, Daisy. I am holding my opinion until further notice. To more stuff. I'm holding everybody's speaking their opinion. I know Ari, I know King Corday, I don't know Albert Alar. But I'm gonna wait to see before I start adding my cents in. But you know me, Daisy, I'll probably do a video. You know me. I'll probably do a video and when I'm ready to say something, and then we'll go from there. I want some more information. I want to see what's happening a little more before I jump in. Have you ever seen Fleur on the Roof? Yes, I have seen it. Yes, broad range. She was Barbra Streisand was like 23 years old. Yeah, he is. Sorry, he's not my top five. He's not my top five. Sorry, I'd like other people better. I enjoy Michael Jackson. I love the Jackson family. I know some Jacksons. I know some of them. I love the Jackson family. They are part of our royal family. I know their place in their hearts, but he's top 20. He's top 20. I'm like, there's other people I like better. Nope. He might be. No, he's not top 10. He's like top 20 for me. I'm sorry. I mean, I collect all his stuff. He might be number 10 or 11, but he's not like far down top 20. But there's people I like more. I do. Sorry, Tony. I do. But I know I understand he's one of the greatest. Now, if you say favorite entertainers in terms of entertainment, he'd be top five. He was like he's like one of the best, the greatest entertainers I've ever seen. Like I love Celine Dion, all them, but a little further down. I mean, there's people I like more in terms of that. So if there was a slightly different list, then yes, he'd be higher up. But in terms of singers, just every single song, I love just every song, and but he's in the top 20. So sorry, Tony. He's in there. I like Janet too, but she's not my top. She's not my top. She's my top 20, not my top 10 either. There are others I love very much that I play to death. It's like Whitney Houston's in my top 10. I said Mariah Carey's my top 10. There's other people in my top 10. It's just they kind of just that I play. Who do you play the most? I do. I play them more. So they just it kind of happens. I know. Sorry, but in terms of in his place in history, he's one of the big three. It's like Elvis, Michael. I mean, it's like he's one of the big three. I mean, like in the world of stuff. So yes, I know. And the thing is, I will admit I am a bigger Prince fan than the Michael Jackson fan. I am. I identify with Prince. That's why. So I think I identify with him more than I do Michael. Michael is an entertainer. I like him. Prince, I identify with a lot of stuff that he is. So basically, and same with Don. Question: top three Prince song favorites, top three Michael Jackson song favorites. Well, but you know, it kind of always changes. I don't know about you guys. Certain times in my life, I would say these three, and other times I say these three, and other times I say these three. But I will name. I'm just going to name. I'm not going to do top because I love the music so much. It's like picking children. But I'll say three of my favorites. That would possibly be top three. I'm not going to do a definitive top three, but three of my favorites of Michael. So number one, so three of my favorites of Michael are Human Nature, Baby Mine, and They Don't Care About Us. Those are three of my favorites. I think They Don't Care About Us is very underrated. Three of my Prince favorites are Cream. I love that song. Dirty Mind, the lead song. It's a great, oh my God, such a good song. I always forget how much I love that song until I hear it again. Dirty Mind. And one of his later songs that you guys don't even know, it's called Funk and Roll. It came off one of his latest albums. It's one of them. Those are three of my favorites. Yeah, there's so many. See, in this case, there's so many good songs. Because also, I love Michael Jackson. I love Ben. People make fun of songs about a rap. I love Ben. I love his vocal in Ben. I love that song. I grew up with that song. Um, Butterflies is a great song. I love it. I love 2000 Watts. It was on Invincible also. Great song. But I also love Stranger in Moscow. I also love Blood on the Dance Floor. I also I like Diana's great too. There's a lot of like Liberian Girl, like Speed Demon. Um, you know, I love When Are We Starting Something? Working Day and Night. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, he has so many songs. I mean, there's just too many to even to pick. So yeah, it's like there's just too many. I mean, they're all but for me, they do switch. They change sometimes in terms of which ones I play more than others. They're Michael Jackson and Prince are in my and Madonna and all that. They're all in my regular playlist. I mean, on my Spotify, they're in there. There's also remixes. There's a remix. I don't know if you heard it, Tony. In the '90s, they're doing all these remixes. Brothers in Rhythm are doing all these remixes. But Moby, there's a remix of Beat It. There's a B side of one of his remixes. Beat It, the sub Moby mix is the bomb. It's like, oh my God. Then there's a remix of Speed Demon that's so good. There's a remix of In the Closet. There's a remix of Who Is It? There are some good remixes that Michael put out. The tease mix of Stranger in Moscow. I mean, we took the slow song and made it fast. It's good. So there's also remixes too of Michael's. So I am a Michael fan. I am a total Michael fan. But I am a Michael fan. I like it. But there's other artists I think I'd listen to more. I liked more. And with Prince, there's so many. Even from his first song for you, his song "Sexy Dancer," "Soft and Wet," "Controversy," "Am I Black or White? Am I Straight or Gay?" "Controversy," "Sexuality," "Little Red Corvette," "All the Critics Love New York," Something in the Water Doesn't Compute. When Doves Cry, Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, I Would Die for You, um, Raspberry Beret, Tambourine, She's Always in My Hair, Paisley Park. I mean, it's just so many songs. I mean, like, you just go to Kiss, My Name is Prince. I mean, it's like, oh, you have to, yeah, you have to, they're good. There's just so many. I mean, there's just, and then I said, I like this later stuff. I was saying this to my brother the other day with Michael. Invincible grew on me later. I didn't appreciate it when it first came out. The first song was like, oh, you rock and roll, it's cute, or whatever. It didn't work my word. My brother thinks that Bad is his worst album. He hates Bad. He thinks Bad was like, he was trying to do Thriller the second, and it didn't work. I like Bad. I actually liked a lot of songs. I like a lot of songs on Bad. It's a pop album. Michael said, I'm putting out a pop album. He does what he did. So I like it. But I'm one of those people who likes, I like, what you call it? Off the Wall better than Thriller. That's just me. I like R&B and disco, so I think that album to me is better as a whole than Thriller. But I understand Thriller and its importance, and I like the songs there too. So even the song with R. Kelly was good. You know, You're Not Alone. It was a perfect song. I mean, there's a lot of songs. Black and White is one of my least favorite songs of his. I will say, Black or White, Childhood, Heal the World. All those songs, I'm not a big fan of those. When he gets super schlocky, I'm just like not a fan. But I like the Bad album. There's a lot. They had like 5 number 1 hits off of it, so it did do something. It was something. I like. I like it. I don't care what anybody says. I like that album. Leave Me Alone. I like that. I like that song. I like that album. I have no problem with it. Or Prince too. There's some stuff on his later albums that no one really played that I play all the time. Artificial Age, Hit and Run, $1 Million Show, a lot of stuff. His Gold Experience album was my favorite albums. The Gold Experience was, oh my God, 319 from Showgirls, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. But it was like, he had a lot of stuff. It's like Madonna. They've been around forever. They have songs that you just like, okay, they're okay. And they have songs that you love them. I wouldn't know how to pick them. But yeah, I like the song Ben. Rockin' Robin Ben. Michael had a great voice when he was younger. Farewell by Summer Love. Remember that one? I like the songs. I mean, they were good. You know, he won't do it. So JR will not. He's like, screw the fans. He knows everybody's crazy. He will not do it. I wish he would. My brother has these talks all the time. I wish he would get on here. He won't. He'll never do it. He'll never do it. I wish we'd do a show together because the Lott brothers, because he's good, but he writes blogs. He's behind the scenes. He will never. My family will not come on board with me. Hi, Andrea. Oh my God, Andrea's. Everybody, Andrea's here. I say hi to Andrea. Round 821. The song Bad's whatever. I like the song Bad actually. I think it's hilarious. Like I know Prince, your butter's mine. I know that whole thing makes you laugh. Prince was always shady, so I loved it. But no, I actually like Bad has a place. It does. But I said my thing going into the other songs, like They Don't Care About Us, and so I got in Money, and some later songs when he was actually talking back about stuff. I like The Edge, okay, but I like songs like Ghosts and Scary and all those songs were good. Michael, the thing about Michael that as a musician, that I'm realizing is Michael had no shame in saying he wanted well-crafted albums. That's why he didn't put out that much music. He wanted so that's why an album came out once every 5 years. He was a perfectionist. And those albums, whether you like the songs or not, they're well-crafted. I mean, the shit's good. Like, they're not some throwaways. That's why I feel bad. And Tony, I don't know how you felt this, Tony. A lot of songs that were released after he died, they're subpar because Michael said, if I wanted them released, I would have released them. Kind of thing. That's what they weren't good. They weren't up to his standard. So the song, I mean, I got those albums. I bought the albums, Tony, like everybody else did. I bought those albums, the Michael album, Escape, and all that. I bought those. But it's like they're not as good as the albums that Michael did because Michael, when he was alive, he really did, handle everything. He wanted it to be good. So yeah, history was this way. You oh yes, it was Tony. That's what I'm saying. And I love those new songs. I love all those new songs from history. So that's just me. I loved him. So I like what he got. I like what he got black. I like him. So you guys tell me. The concept song back the video doing about it. Doesn't bother me. Again, Crystal, it doesn't bother. You can see all it doesn't bother me. I for me it's the 80s. There are a lot of videos that made no sense in the 80s. Trust, right? So that's so the bad video is not the worst video on earth. There are a lot of videos in the 80s you're like, what? So I don't that doesn't bother me either. It doesn't bother me. I'm just saying for me it doesn't bother me. I mean, it doesn't bother me. There are a lot of videos. Come on, okay. If you want to do that, Crystal, beat it. Come on, Bit. Hello. That's like they had real gang members in there and they're all dancing at knife fight. I mean, that's not the greatest either. I mean, if we're going to go that direction, but we love the video. I mean, that's why. That's why I love. I just we love it. First, my goodness. Well, it's not about us. I'm saying it's not about how we feel, Tony. It's just kind of like he said it. He kind of was like, Bobby saw, that was always his thing. He only wanted to put out what he felt was the best. I think because we miss Michael and even hearing him on a song with Drake, you're like, oh, that's a cute vocal. Where did that come from? Who knows? Don't matter at all. Which I love that song. I'm just saying, I know that Michael probably isn't happy. I'm sure he's not happy. He was a perfectionist. Those songs with Justin Timberlake, it was cute, all that stuff. But I don't think Michael's happy with that about that at all. I don't think he'd be happy because he was very him and Prince both were very much like control freaks, stuff like that. But see, Prince won his music out there. Prince was always like, if he could, that's all these new releases are coming out. And all these, I'm sure he'd love it. It's fine with him. But I think he was much more protective. And now as I listen to each of his albums, I see why. He put out some even Blow on the Dance Floor, which was the companion piece to history, was great. That the little EP was a bomb. Other well crafted thing. Scream, a song with Janet, very well crafted. It's like there was reason for everything. So I just feel like, we may like kind of like some of the songs, but I'm like, I don't think he would have. You'd be like, that's how Michael was. And now I get why he wasn't so prolific. I get it. Little Bathroom was cheesy too, right? Crystal, that was a cheesy video. But it's great. It was great. I said, I forgive the 80s. I love the 80s. I'm stuck in the 80s. I play 80s music all the time. So I will forgive the 80s. Because that's how it is. The 80s were like that. We're like that. They had people who just, the videos are crazy, the looks are crazy, and we just did whatever. And it was the golden age of video. We're figuring out what videos meant. People forget, not you, but people forget out there. The younger ones forgot this, and I said, this concept of a song sent to a film was not a common thing. That's why a lot of the first videos on TV were from Europe. They would do concert pieces. But I remember, the Jacksons, again, ahead of their time, Can You Feel It was shown before the concert, at the concert. It opened with that video. And that was the whole thing. I remember we're like, wow, what is this movie? They're giving us this movie. And I was such a soft spot. Can you feel it? Can you sprinkling all the dust? Can you feel it? And I was sprinkling it. I have such a soft spot for that video. But now they show it at the Jacksons, the Triumph tour or whatever. They showed that at the very beginning, and the whole opening with the voiceover and the sun. It was amazing. But we didn't know what that was. I mean, we're like, what the fuck? I remember leaving. Everybody's like, what is that? What was that? Like, what is that? Like, what that was that we didn't call it a video. It was like a little movie. They showed a movie. It was very new. You got something that was like 81. It was like really new. But a lot of British folks, why we had a second British invasion was directly because they had videos and MTV had nothing else. So they kept showing them over and over again. Graffiti Bridge is horrible. Under Chain Moon, I enjoyed. And of course, Purple Rain was fine. When Doves Cry, the only song, number one song in history that has no bass in it. Only Prince would do some shit like that, take the bass out of it. When Doves Cry sounds like nothing else on the radio at that time. You think about it. This was 84. There's nothing else that sounds like it. Every once in a while, a song will come along, you're like, it's 80, it's the 80s because it was Prince and it's set to a movie. But you listen, it's like the Spice Girls and Wannabe. That song sounds like nothing else on the radio from the 90s. Nothing else. That's when the other songs can blend in, but that song sticks out. That song, Michael did have vocal powers. So did Prince. But you see, Michael and Prince both weren't known for they weren't known for their vocal powers. Isn't that funny? They were known as entertainers. It's like they both had voices. And then with the right songs, they let it out. I agree with that too, Tony. Well, Michael could use his voice. Michael's voice was an instrument. So that's what so it means he can move his voice around to different things. So I totally agree with that. Well, I miss Prince all the time. I mean, when Michael died, I was sad because I was sad about Farrah Fawcett. I was a huge Farrah Fawcett fan. So that day I was just sad in general. I was more in shock when Michael died. It was a shock. When Prince died, I cried and I was depressed for like a week. So that told me I'm a bigger Prince fan. I like Michael, but I'm a bigger Prince fan. I was depressed. I got out of bed. I was depressed playing Prince songs all the time. I was, what said, Michael, I was more in shock that it was happening. I did play his songs a lot too. But with Prince, I did fall apart. Oh, you did? I see Michael, for me, every video that Michael did was an event. My brother was talking about this the other day too. In this living room where I'm from now, it was like it was an event. It was an event. And that's like every video was like, oh my God, what's he gonna do? That's what Michael did. One of the things like Madonna was different in every single video she ever did. Madonna was the master of marketing. And then Prince, everybody says this, Prince was different. See, Prince, like, I'm going to be this biracial, work with gender kind of stuff. I'm going to wear leather and lace and high heels and still fuck your woman. That's what Prince said. And black men just were not, they just didn't run around looking like that. It was such a different thing. See, like that. And he was, tiny and everything. And Prince was very much a different kind of black man. I would say Rick James was close to that too for a while. Rick James was kind of the same way. Everything I can remember. I'm sure, like I said, we all felt. I mean, I was so in shock that he died. I was flying cross country and he came home, and being here in LA, we're glued to the TV set. I was just like, Michael died. I cried when Whitney Houston died too. I did. I remember walking by the Beverly Hilton and the Beverly Wilshire, and I was like, wow. Now the flowers were out there. I cried. But they each had their thing. Prince, the big three were Prince, Madonna, and Michael Jackson. Those were the big three. You can say whatever you want about anybody. In the 80s, those were the top three that around the world were huge. I was there. I remember it. Some people said use revisionist history. No, we love Janet, we love Jody, we love all the others. They were big too. However, I was there. These three were the top three in the world, for better or for worse. They were big. They each had their huge moments. And then there's a tier right underneath it. And I feel like Janet's part of that tier right underneath it. She's right there. She's not far below. She's big too, because when Control came out, that was huge. The Rhythm Nation got bigger. She got bigger and bigger. I feel like in the 90s, Janet was like the top thing then. But in the 80s, it was those three. They were the top three. And I don't care anybody says, I was there. I was there. I was there. And I didn't imagine it. They were. And so when they put out music or videos or appearances or whatever they said, it was everywhere. Everywhere. And all three of them, they were friends. They were all the same age. They were all from the Midwest. They're all friends, Cameron. They were fine. There were little jealousies and envy moments. I mean, that's I have that with my colleagues. We all have that. It's no big deal. But in the end, we're all friends. It's like they all knew each other. They all knew those three could. As I said, when Madonna talks about them, it's like she's the only one who can actually talk about what it's like to live near what they lived. She lived it. She lived just like they did. You were there, Tony. I said, there's some folks try to make these little things. I'm like, no, 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 not. And there's this history about Janet and Madonna. I'm like, nope. Madonna was bigger than Janet. Sorry. And then Madonna started to wane, but Janet got bigger. That was the thing. So no, she got bigger. She was Michael's little sister. Sorry, folks. She got bigger. And as I said, that's why I say in the 90s, when Madonna, Prince, and Michael were having little problems transitioning, Janet came right in, and she was the top. And then you bring in Mariah Carey came in, Whitney Houston carried over. Like there was some other folks took over, but it's like there are folks. But I'm saying in the 80s, I'm sorry, just wasn't anybody. There wasn't anybody bigger. Bruce Springsteen would be up there too. He was pretty big. That Born in USA was huge, huge, huge. But people like Lionel Richie was big. Whitney Houston just came out and she was big, but they weren't as big as the three. Right? I'm saying Prince, Michael, and Madonna, they all knew each other. They all knew each other. Back then, the press did all the pitting against and stuff. Yeah, they had little things. So you're hearing now all these little funny things they did to each other while they were alive. So yes. Like I said, Bruce Lee was number 5. I would say he was one of the top 4. I would say top 4, actually. I would actually challenge that and say he was after them in the 80s. In the 80s. You know. Winisa was good too. Remember, Winisa came out in the 80s and she came out gangbusters. It had a lot of hits. And she's one of the top ones in the 80s too. She's one of the top 5 of the 80s. I agree with that. They were big. Taylor, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany. I mean, there's a lot, then you go to Duran with my brother Bam. Now Duran was huge. That's another one. I was a Duranie, trust and believe. And they were the Fab Five. They were the new Beatles. And the first half of the 80s, especially, they were huge. I stood in line for 4 hours. 4 hours. All right. See, in America, I disagree. In America, U2 came really big in the 90s for us. U2 was just coming out in the 80s, and then Joshua Tree was huge in 87. That was huge. Rattle and Hum came out after that. But I feel like they got even bigger in the 90s here in America. But they'd be in there. They'd be in top 10. But I would say Duran Duran. Come on, Andrea. They influenced video, they influenced fashion, they influenced a lot of stuff. And come on, they were huge. Again, I was there. I had that poster on my wall. They were there. They were bigger than Culture Club. They were bigger than Eurythmics. They were big. Those are big too. They were bigger than all of them. I mean, come on. I love you too. Just me. Sunny Bloody Sunday. A lot of songs. I love you too. I've met Bono twice, so we have the same birthday. So I'm a huge U2 fan. Don't get me wrong, but in America, they got big late 80s a little bit, big into the 90s. A View to a Kill. I know, I love it. Yes, Latoya. That's the thing. There's all these stories coming out. Tony said it. There's all these stories coming out that they were actually hung out. They knew each other. That Prince would call the house. That Madonna and Janet didn't get along. I heard because Madonna was like, I want to change Michael's image. Like they all had stuff going on. They were all in rarefied air. They were like way up here. So they were in their own little world. They were in their own little world. So I mean, I just think But Duran Duran had Hungry Like the Wolf. They had Rio. They had The Reflex, A View to a Kill, Say a Prayer. Is There Something I Should Know? Planet Earth. I mean, they had so many. Duran Duran was huge in America. Huge in America. Huge. See, you forgot about them. See, Andrea? You forgot about them. The Reflex was the bomb, Tony, wasn't it? It was that remix of the Reflex where the water was coming out of the screen, the video. Come on, please. Wild Boys. Come on, Andrea. You can't forget Duran Duran. That was named after Duran Duran and Barbarella. Jane Fonda. Can't forget. A View to Kill, a great movie with my girl, Grace Jones. But yeah, the View to Kill. Well, yeah, but Duran Duran and the Spice Girls, yes, of course. But Brown A21. I loved me some, Take That. And they were huge too in the 80s to the 90s. They were huge. So but that's Britain. But I'm saying I was a huge Take That fan, so I will give them some points. But anyway, back to the big ones. Yeah, Prince was. I'm sure he was. They were all. I mean, I said they all knew each other. But the Police were big here also. Remember, the Police were huge here. But remember they broke up in 83, 84 after the last album. They broke up. So it kind of like the rest of it, they were big from the late 70s, early 80s, and they stopped. It was like Blondie too. I love Blondie. Blondie was big in the late 70s to early 80s, and then kind of mid 80s stopped. She went solo. They went solo. I can talk business I can talk music all day long. I can talk music all day long. And then you got Phil Collins with and without Genesis. Remember, Genesis was huge, so was Phil Collins in the 80s. Big also. In the Air Tonight, it's like one of those songs, the drum thing, everybody, the black, white, Puerto Rican, everybody just a freaking, everybody loves that intro. You're seeing Take That? Oh, I love Take That. Oh my God, I'm actually really jealous. I'm very jealous. I love Take That. I know there's just 3 of them left. I love the music. I love all their music. Phil Collins he was everywhere. He would put out a Phil Collins album, a Genesis album, a Phil Collins album. You're like, what song goes to which? He was huge. Huge. Yeah, you can't count him out. And he was a great drummer. Just saying. But also, one of the biggest girl groups in Britain was Bananarama. Can't forget them. They had hit after hit after hit. They had hits in America too, but I know in England they were the biggest girl group. I think until the Spice Girls. I can't remember who's still bigger at this point. I love me some Stevie Nicks. Now Stevie Nicks is in my top 10. I'm a huge Welsh Witch fan. Love her music, love her songwriting, love her with Fleetwood Mac, love her solo. I am a huge Stevie Nicks. Her song with Prince, Stand Back. He came in and did the keyboard parts, then asked her to write Purple Rain with him. She turned it down, saying it was too much pressure. But she almost wrote Purple Rain. Isn't that funny? Well, they were friends. I like the Bangles. They did a Prince song too, Manic Monday. Huge hit for them. See, Prince was writing hits for other people too. He was passing out songs. To other people. Hey, Egyptian, song it's iconic, but I would never play it. But Manic Monday, of course. Hero Takes a Fall, in my room. I love a lot of their songs. Be With You. I love me some Bangles. And there's Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder has a lot, of course, I grew up with Stevie Wonder music. I grew up with Motown music, first of all. And then Stevie Wonder, he changed the course of engineering albums, and the fact that he was blind this whole time, and that didn't stop him from creating they consider the 4-album trifecta, which is Talking Book, Intervisions, oh my God, Songs They Clear Life, and there's one other one I'm blanking out. There's like 4 albums in a row that are considered the greatest albums of like that generation. So yes, we love Stevie Wonder. I don't care, even his jungle whatever, that soundtrack with these 3 words. I'm like, that just to me, it's like that's. I mean, that's kind of that would that's like, yeah. I'm like, I like his stuff. I would love. I just called to say I love you. That song is good. I would love Overjoyed. I mean, I love his stuff. We love Stevie and Part Time Lover. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You part-time lover. Love his stuff. Love it. Prince Justin Michael do it unplugged show. We just there was a lot of stuff that people kept suggesting to Michael. He kept saying no. He kept saying no. But Prince and Madonna had suggestions for him. He was like, nah. Prince was gonna do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. And Michael's do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. That was his whole thing. Blind allegedly. I'm blind allegedly. Master Blaster. Living in the city. Sir Duke. I wish. Of course, isn't she lovely? Is every girl named Aisha knows that's the name they got from that song. I know 4 Aishas. They're all because of that song. Her name's Aisha. I didn't call her name. Well, Green, of course. We can go into all this whole of stuff, but yeah, Stevie is one of the he's premier. But I grew up in Motown, of course, Motown sounds, of course. Hi, Danny Bear 87. I saw your comment on my YouTubes. But Marvin Gaye, obviously, is another person. Smokey Robinson, another person. I said Rick James. Rick James does not get talked about enough. Rick James was made for MTV, and they wouldn't play him. He was a rock star and a funk star and an R&B star. He was all that, and they denied him. And then the drugs just took over. Drugs. I mean, that's the problem. These drugs just will get you. Rick James was super, super, super. Oh, well, George Michael would be in the top 5 of the 8 people. Between Wham and George Michael by himself with that Faith album, that's what it is. Thank you, Crystal. Brown A21. It would be with George Michael. They were huge. Wham was huge in America and in Europe, all over the world, and so was George Michael. That Faith album was huge. So he would be probably top 5 after the big 3. Huge, huge. But yeah. He goes to start singing. It's like you're sitting there. And certain songs I do know, so I can get in there. Everything she wants is everything she sees. I love that. That song is so shady. I love that song. That you're having my baby, and tell me if you want me to. Oh, back to Rick James. Rick James was a star that just didn't get his due. He just didn't. He was a musician. He gave us the Mary Jane Girls. In my house, do, 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 do. In my house, do, 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 do. Val Young with Seduction. I mean, he gets a lot of stuff, and he just didn't. The drugs took it over. It really did. But they held him back because you remember his Street Songs album and stuff. They were huge. There was a huge crossover hit. It was huge. He started out in a group with Neil Young. Like he was somebody. He was somebody. On folks. I don't think his name gets talked about enough. Well, George Michael was here, massive here also. He was huge here. Huge. But they took him down. See, this is where I get into my other stuff. They took George Michael down because he was fighting against the machine. And I think they planted that guy there. He wasn't informed. He was playing, but they did it on purpose. They were like, how can we get George Michael and the most embarrassed? And he had the last laugh, but they were like, we're going to take him down because he spoke out too much. He was fighting the system, and he was a queer. That was like, we don't do that. Oh no, you're a queer, you're black or a queer, you don't do that. They took down Michael, they were taking down Prince, and they took down George Michael. They were like, that's it. I believe it with all my heart. I believe it with all of my heart. Crystal Flobo said to me when he sent me a text, he goes, James, I just realized what In My House is about. He goes, "What about the children?" I started, "Oh my god," we laughed so hard. We're like, "What about the children?" I go, "It's a different time period." But they took him down. They took. Oh yeah, the we are Bonnie the Blind was funny. They took George Michael down. They did easily. It was like it was easy because George was a talented, talented singer, talented songwriter, and all he wanted to do was put the albums out he wanted to put out. But he made them too much money. That Faith album was too big, and they were like they fought him. Back then, it was like, no, we want you to do this, and that ruined everything because George Michael was an artist. Oh, he's one because oh, how cute! Because wasn't that the first time? Was last Christmas? Was last Christmas be number one? The first time was number one because I remember that the Band Aid single beat him out of one, and he was kind of about that. But I thought I read somewhere that that's the oh, and Brown A21. Keanu's mother is back in town. I was like, what? Keanu's mother is back in town? Oh my god, EastEnders? Let me start on that. That's another dream. No, George Michael. So George Michael, if you don't know the story, the basics of the story, I won't get into all the weeds of it all, was like Prince or else. He just wanted to release the kind of music he wanted to release. So after Faith, he didn't want to do a Faith part two. I was giving them music and all this stuff, and they didn't like it. They said it's not going to sell. And they said, we want you to do something more commercial. So he reluctantly put out Listen About Prejudice Volume 1. And it did okay. It didn't do as big as Faith. It had a couple of hits off it, of course. But he started to really fight them for control of his work and when to put out what he wanted to put out. And instead of them, me too, Tony, me too. I guess I gotta read out loud. George Michael's Songs of the Century. I love it. I agree. I totally agree with you. But anyway, the whole point is he wanted to do more stuff, more control, and they were like, no. And I always say, let him put out that album. So it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, then you say you're right. But what if you're wrong? And it's a huge hit. That no record executive is ever wrong. So anyway, so his fight with Sony for 7 years, he couldn't record. Couldn't go anywhere else. Couldn't record. Couldn't do anything. He had to wait till the contract ran out. And then he started putting stuff out. But by then, you know how fickle audiences are. He was never as big as he was before. But they said, nah, nah. So like Prince, they said we're gonna stop you. You're gonna try to stop you. You can't do this. So they did Michael wrong. They did George Michael wrong. I say it for I will say that because by the time Older came out, which is a great album, with Just to a Child, there's some great stuff on there, and Fast Love and all that. I'm gonna get the cameo in a second, you guys. Um, they really blackballed him. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. So that's why he was a target. And because he's gay and stuff, I'm sure they were like, fuck that. Well, I won't say the words, but the F word. When it comes down to stuff like that, that's what you're reduced to. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yes. She is. Brown, I am with you. Every episode is better than the last. I completely agree. But I was like, oh, I know, but yes, but oh my god, oh, it's so good. It's just like they just keep throwing stuff at niches. I'm like, niche, really niches? Okay, okay. Switch gears for a second. I'll talk about Cameo for a second. I will talk about Cameo for a second. And right, exactly. George Michael had a whole problem with that. They came after him. They really did come after him. I always say him and Prince. You know, I look at Prince and some of the things that he wrote "slave" on his face. I totally get it now. Actually, I get it now on some level. Back then, you know, we all thought he was crazy and weird. And hello, um, Michael Jackson. I said when he thought they don't care about us, he was really starting to speak out, and they didn't like that at all. Oh, they didn't. Oh, they didn't. Nope, nope. Somehow you become N word to me when shit like that happens. Suddenly Prince was the N word, Mike was the N word. They can't. Madonna was always attacked. People, if you don't give Madonna, I don't. You know, I'll get the Cameo in a second, you guys. Oh, and lunch. I don't know what for lunch. I don't know what's going for lunch. I don't know what for lunch. I don't know yet. Okay, Madonna was getting attacked from the very beginning, and what's funny about Madonna, Madonna was so young. And I always think people forget she was in her early 20s and her mid 20s when they came after her. They came after her several times. The whole Papa Don't Preach. The Catholic Church went after her. And she's like 23, 24 years old, and they came after her so badly. Like a prayer. They came after her. All kind of stuff. It's like they did not want Madonna. Madonna was like, if you look at all her interviews, do you know any 23, 24-year-olds can handle themselves today? Why today? How they're handling it? Oh, come on. You have to give Madonna her props. You have to, because she was like fighting. She always put gays in her stuff, black folks, Hispanic folks. She was very inclusive from the very beginning. Like I said, say what you want to about her or whatever you want to say, but she always did it, and she did it in a way that was respectful, and it was just matter of fact. She didn't she wasn't doing it just for it was for entertainment, obviously. They all do everything for entertainment. But she put stuff out. She knew a black Jesus would get some attention, some cross-burning cross get attention, but she was making a statement. And and with Justify My Love, MV said no, we're not gonna show a Madonna video. And she had the first video cassette single, and it was smart as fuck. And I bought it. I went to Tower Records and bought it. You know, it was, and that's the whole point. The whole thing is Madonna and Prince. Madonna and Prince always pushed the envelope when it came to sexuality and religion. That was their thing. They always talked about it. They always had it in their imagery, and they always were talking about it and pushing it. And I'm just saying, she was in her 20s when they would come after her. Like, I'm just saying, she put up with a lot. And all those young girls today, they praise. Beyonce praises Madonna, calls her mother, Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Nicki Minaj, all of them, Britney Spears, they all to Madonna. Madonna was that first one that said, I can be a woman. Pink, all of them. That she was like, and they all say it. She was the one who was like, I'm gonna be whatever the fuck I want to be. The men do it. Why can't I do it? So I would say I'll always give Madonna her props in that. No, I'm saying, no, Crystal, I agree with you. I'm saying there was some, she's pushing the envelope. She was. When I saw Bernie Cross, I was like, what? At first, but she was pushing the envelope. She was. And Prince did too. Prince all the time was doing, Darling Nikki. Remember, Prince was in his 20s when he put that out. Masturbating, the line masturbating with the magazine is what killed. Everybody was like, that song is crazy, blah, blah. They would say play Prince's albums backwards, and there was always a message in there. Like all kind of stuff. The album Controversy was always anti-Christian, anti-Christ. Ronnie talked to Russia. He did political stuff, sexuality, and just like I said, controversy. Am I black or white? Am I straight or gay? That line alone was major. But that was the '80s. We had a drag queen. It was a star. That was fucking Boy George. It was like there's a lot. I'm just saying, they were all in their 20s when they were doing this. So I don't know any 20s today that could do this and like have a head on their shoulders that's just like decent. So anyway, going back up. Yes, MJ called Tommy Tola the devil. He sure did. Michael said, "I'm going to speak out," and he sure did. And they were like, "No, Michael, you will not be speaking out." Hi, allegation number one. Hi, allegation number two. They were, I think this is where Tony and I both agree on this. They were like, no, we gotta shut this shit down. And that's why I think Taylor Swift, you better watch out. Taylor Swift, they're coming for you right now already. They're coming for you right now. You're too big. You're way too big. We like success, but not too much success. But it's too big. They're coming after you. Oh, they're coming after you. You're next. They did. They did it to Whitney Houston. They did everybody. They did it to everybody. Oh yeah, they love it. They tried to do Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey came back. She's like, "That's no bitches. I'm gonna own Christmas. You like glitter? I'm gonna own Christmas." But Mariah did it. Mariah was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna get rid of my ass." Nope. Back to Cameo. I remember I had Cameosis when I was a kid. Very disco. There was like 10 members in the group and all that stuff. Larry Blackmon was also another one of those guys that was starting to cross over. Because somebody mentioned Single Life, which I love that song. Single Life. Other songs, and She's Strange, but I like it. He was like a rock star, the big cod piece, all that stuff, and the hair. But it was also funky. And they were starting to really cross over. Word Up came out. Okay, but my song is back and forth. That was my song of theirs. I love that song. I think Tony JC mentioned that song too. They also had a song after that, which I forgot what it's called. I have it. That was really good too. But Cameo was poised to make a huge crossover also, but then they fizzled out. I don't know their story why they fizzled out. So, but they're a very talented group, and one of the members was having solo hits on his own, but wasn't Larry Black with somebody else, all kind of stuff. Oh, they come out. The rights coming after. They come after Taylor. She's too big. She's too well liked, and she's a woman. They don't want that. No, but they try to come after people. But yeah, the Cameo was good. I wish they could have maintained it because at the time, folks, the black group that crossed over was Joanna. I love you. You're the one for me. And the other song, she's fresh, exciting. She's so exciting to me. She's fresh. Cherish the love we had. You can cherish the life we live. That was the group that took over. Cooler Gang completely crossed over and was big for about 5 years. Oh my God, in the '80s. They just every song they put out was like it was a huge hit. Huge. They completely crossed over. And I think they took over kind of as back then you only had one through at a time. They were like the black group of the moment. They could come through and have a bunch of hits. Tony, I agree with you. Tony JC, I completely agree with you. I said, this is one. I think this is one of those times where you and I agree on this stuff. I think we had this talk before. I agree. I agree with you 100,000%. That changed everything. Changed everything. They couldn't control Michael after a while. Michael had more publishing rights than a lot of people. They couldn't control him anymore. That was a problem. But Paul McCartney hated it. Paul McCartney's like, "Bye, kids. I'm not friends with Michael anymore. We're done." He did him backwards. Michael was like, "But you told me to do it, I probably would have pissed too. That's another story. But say it's really. Oh, she had a new album. No. Joanna, I love you. You're the The one for me. Joanne. I got a song stuck in my brain now. I love you. Anyway, that's but again, as we know, see, I don't see I but see here's my thing, you guys. It's not Taylor's fault if you've seen lots of Taylor. That's the press. That's people who love her. That's why she feels like you should be shoved down your throat. It's not Taylor's fault. Taylor's doing her job. She went on tour. She's like Beyonce. They went on tour. They did their things. She's working on a new album. The press is following her. Is following her around. So I don't blame Taylor. So I don't blame Taylor Swift. It's like anybody. You get tired of seeing the same stuff all the time, but it's not because of say, here you go. Well, yeah, Tony, we know the whole story. We know the whole story, so we know that. See, so there are folks who think Beyonce's overrated. Well, the thing is, everybody has their right to their. I'm a Beyonce or Taylor huge supporter or disser, so I'm not. I'm in the middle. I like some of their songs, and life goes on. But I will say this: my opinion is that Beyonce and Taylor, Crystal's not alone. I know a lot of folks who hate Beyonce. I know a lot of folks think she can't sing. They think her songs are not. I personally disagree with that. I think she does put together well crafted songs. Her songs are put together. To me, they're pop songs, and many of them you can't remember. Taylor is a little different. I feel like her songs are not as memorable, but they're easy to sing. They're easy to follow. Um, they're both girls who women, I should say women, who have an audience that feels changed by them, and to me in a positive way. So I think it's for me, I don't see anything. They're both doing positive work. There's like to me, it's like it's positive stuff they're putting out there. Um, their voices or songwriting talents. That's of course it's all subjective. Everybody has their feelings about that. But Crystal is not alone. I know folks who hate Beyonce. And I'm like, I don't know why you should hate her or whatever, or just like they think they're overrated. I don't find them. I don't think they're overrated. Again, it's the press. They're just putting out work. The press does all that. The press. I never heard Beyonce or Taylor say that they were all that. Now they start talking like they were all like that. They might have a different opinion, but I think neither of them to me have ever said that. They've never presented themselves to me that they think they're all that. They just they do their work, they put in the work. Beyonce and Taylor are hard workers. I mean, I don't care if she has 10 songwriters to a song or whatever, it doesn't matter. She's still crafting an image. She's still in charge of all the shit. So for me, again, I'm not mad at either of them. You know, but again, that's critics, that's folks, it's I know it's just like I have a hard time being mad at them or blaming them for why while they're everywhere. It's just I don't know. I think people just but you can say about a lot of people, I guess. I don't know. I think Beyonce and Taylor are still head and shoulders above a lot of these other chicks that are out there that are big right now and won't be big in a few years. They'll still be playing Taylor and Beyonce 10 years from now. They'll be playing their songs to you. They're playing their songs from 10 years ago still. So that's one thing. That's always, to me, it's always a test. Like whether songs continue in the future. And they do. They will. They will continue. They will continue in the future. People will play them. But again, cultural impact, Beyonce and Taylor have cultural impact, whether people like it or not. They have a fan base that loves the fuck out of them. And it's positive. I think it's positive. So I'm for me, I guess for me, and this is just me, you guys. But anybody else, just me. It's just me. And maybe I'm wrong, but I won't. If I'm wrong, I won't be right. Um, I hate tearing down other Black people. I just do. I'm sorry. I hate. I have a hard time doing it. I I I just I have a platform. I'm on here. I'm Black. I know there's folks who don't like me, but I think I'm overrated, and I probably am. Shit, that's fine. But I just have a hard time talking shit about Black people. I'm sorry. And I know it feels like, well, if you're a woman, you should just support her. I don't give a fuck. I support Black folks. Whether I like the music or not, I support them because I do know she does work hard. She's out there creating. So her and Jay Z are working it out. They are talents. I don't feel bad that she has to have an album of the year Grammy. Bitch got 32 Grammys. I'm like, okay, that's you're doing fine. Whatever, life will go on. But however, I just won't talk shit about her. I won't. I think folks want us to do that. They want us to turn on our people. And I think, Beyonce is huge in the world. She's making an influence in the world. And again, they don't want her there. They're gonna try to take her down next too. Why not? They tried a few years ago, didn't work. She came back. But Beyonce really is changing the game, whether you like her or not. She's changing the game. And she put out an album 10 years ago that just from overnight, press play, upload, and no one had done it before. No one had done it before. It was a huge hit, Beyonce. So I'm like just saying. So, but you're right. It's not like her songs, or not like all of her songs, or like some of them. That's all subjective. But I do have a hard time talking shit about Black folks. I do in public. I feel like this. No, I know. No, I'm not saying. So let me be clear. I'm saying me. I'm taking it all on me. I'm not saying you are doing it or you guys in chat are doing it. I want to make it very clear. I'm saying me, James Lott Jr., just can't do that. This is my opinion about myself, that I can't do that. I have a hard time doing that. So yes, everybody can express their opinions. You're safe here to express your opinions here and everything. I was saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually telling people, you're not alone, Crystal. You're not alone, Tony. Like, there are people who love her, people who do. I'm just saying, for me, just James Lott Jr., because I do have a platform. I'll make it very clear to folks out there. A lot of times you won't hear me tearing down Black folks because I just don't, or expressing negative opinions about. Let me change my words. Or expressing negative opinions about Black folks. I just have a hard time doing that. And I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I mean, for doing that. And maybe sound double standard, and it may be double standard, it may be not fair, but that's just my feeling as a Black person in the business. I just have a hard time doing that. That's just me. So not you in the chat. Everybody can express yourselves in the chat. I'm not mad at all. I mean, I don't know Beyonce or fucking or Taylor Swift. They ain't doing shit for me. Well, it's just fine. You guys, you can say you hate them or blah, like the Sprina Nation, all that. There are folks who don't like Sprina. That's fine. I don't. You like them, don't like them. I personally will always take up for Black women. So that's just again, that's just me. I will always support Black women, no matter who they are. That's just how I am. So I'm making that very clear. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad in here. So I'm just saying, for me, that's just how I am, and it could be a wrong because I know that if I say something and it gets out there, it comes back to bite me. So I was like, no, that's just me. I know, I just have time to, because enough folks tear us down all the time that I'm like, the last thing I gotta do is add my 2 cents and tear them down too. Well, Tony, Oprah is the target these days. Monique is like, she's like Monique, Taraji P. Henson. There, Oprah might have me killed. Oprah might have me killed. I gotta be careful. Oh my God, I don't want Oprah coming after me. See, I had shit just fell over here. That's the Oprah effect. She's knocking my shit over here. Like, yeah, James, I hear you, bugger. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not talking shit about Oprah either. I'm not getting in trouble. I'll talk about Oprah privately with you guys, but not on public. I'm not saying, nope. I might get myself in trouble. Because Oprah called me, I'd answer the phone. Sorry, kids. I'll answer. I'll be like, yes, Oprah, what do you want? Because whatever you want to give me, I want the Oprah effect. I will sell out, kids. I will sell the fuck out. I don't care. If Tyler Perry called me, I'd sell out. Okay, Tyler, what do you want me to do? I'll do it. Okay. I will happily sell out. That's fine. Now, I have turned down some stuff in my past that I didn't sell out on. But a few other people I will sell out on. I'll admit that. I'm like, that's I'm kidding. I'm here. Oprah's still big business. I'll sell out, Tony. That's fine. I'm not saying shit. I'm not pose. I'm not getting in trouble from Miss O. She'll send her flying monkeys on me, and that's it. I'll be in trouble. I'm like, I see the OWN Studios is like just north of here. I see OWN. I drive by it. I see OWN Studios all the time. There's OWN right there, not Hollywood. I see it. Nope. Who's okay? So, yeah, I guess I'm loud. I'm being careful. No, you didn't get me in trouble, Tony. You didn't get me in trouble. I thought we were family, Tony. You got to save your family. What do you want to say? You want to sell me out? Who's gonna buy me lunch today? It's not. I want some Randy's donuts today. I said I want some Randy's donuts for lunch, but I think I want a salad today. I think I need some roughage. I'm thinking about getting a salad from El Pollo Loco. It's a nice little salad, or a sandwich, Jesse Mike's, one of the two. I haven't decided yet. One and two. That's kind of leaning in my direction. I have some chili sitting here with some good cornbread from somewhere. Would be good, right? I guess that would be good. I don't know. So what? I just picked. I said cornbread, salad, or soup. Like, okay, what the fuck? Like that's a combination. Oh, always, Crystal, always. The doors are always open for any discussion. I am always available for networking opportunities. Yes. The door is wide open, kids. The door is open. Now we'll see what comes through, and and we make our decisions based on that. But door is always open. Byron Allen, my buddy, I'm over here, and the door is always open. We don't shut doors. I'm not above a door being open. So that ain't happening. So I'm not big for my britches. Shit, not at all. So I'll put okay. Sorry. Yes, it's getting close to lunchtime. So I'm gonna put okay. So if someone wants to be so kind, any amount is good, and I'll buy myself some lunch today. Because I'm like, I've been working. I've been on here 2 hours. I've been on here 2 hours. You got me. My voice is getting hoarse from talking so much. Now, Tony, I know you got car issues. So I'm not worried about you. So because you got car stuff. But anybody else, and Andrea, I know you got stuff going on too. But anybody else want to give a little something? And Monique, I like Monique. If Monique calls, I'll talk to her too. Shit. I don't have a problem, Monique. I think they're trying to blackball her too on some level. So I don't have a problem with her. I have no problem with her. No, I think Monique is telling the truth. I think Cat Williams is telling the truth. I think Dave Chappelle tells the truth. I think that there's folks who are, they're telling the truth. Now, Roseanne Barr is crazy, and I used to love Roseanne. I watched her latest thing, and I'm just like, I don't even know what to say to you. But some of these others, they're telling the truth. They're telling the truth to try to shame the devil. And there is a devil in Hollywood, and we all know it. You guys in this chat all know it. Everybody knows it. It's there. It's there. So, but I'm like, I don't close door to anybody. I'm open to everybody. Same with interviews. People try to tell me who I can't interview. No, I can interview anybody the fuck I want. My job is to interview. I'm not a journalism person. I'm not doing journalism. I'm not doing anything. I'm an equal opportunity. And it's gotten me into some hot water with some networks a couple times, and I stood my ground. I'm like, well, no, you can't tell me who I can interview and can't interview. You can't I can have my show and not have my show. I know how to separate everything. I know how to compartmentalize. I'm not a journalist, and you have journalism degrees. I worked in journalism for years, but these are interviews. So I will interview whomever I choose, or work with whomever I choose. So, I mean, but I think Taraji's telling the truth. I think a lot of them are telling the truth. They are telling the truth. I think no, Monique went on the same show, and she's running her mouth. DL Hughley went off on her. I don't know the whole story about all that, but he made some cracks at her. I did have to laugh. He said the only crunch in front of her in the gym was a Captain Crunch. I was like, oh my god, I did have to chuckle on that one. But I was like, I think people Hollywood is an open secret. It's kind of funny. A lot of stuff has been going on in Hollywood for decades that all of us in Hollywood have been knowing is going on some level, or I've heard of it, or I've seen glimpses of it. It's like an big open secret. So people are finally tired. And nowadays you can start doing something because I was watching a roundtable with Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman. They're like, there are a lot of roles that they don't get anymore because they're considered old. So you're old now. You're 50, done. So they started doing um little lot thing with the production company together. That's what Goldie Hawn was the first female production company in Hollywood. But she did Private Benjamin. No one wanted to do Private Benjamin. And she said, I'll put Flower for her, put together Flower, whatever the company's called. And it was a huge hit. Surprise. And they were like, what? And then she did Overboard and all that. It was her company. It was her company. Because folks go, nah, never mind. We don't want to do it. Never mind. Never mind. So I minored in journalism in college, and I worked for a place called the Sacramento Union newspaper. I worked for a newspaper as a copy editor back in the 80s. So I do have a journalism background, but the thing is, I'm not using it for anything really now. I mean, I use it kind of, I guess. There's Speedy. My my gardeners came today and really made everything beautiful in my yard. So I loved it. Loved the rain, loved it. But anyway, so that's Hollywood has a lot of problems, folks, that people are just now they're getting tired of it. They're running their mouths. They're just like, here you go, kids. Here you go. So I'm not surprised by what I'm hearing. Not surprised at all. It's sure, okay. Not surprised. Eh. Oh my God. Now it's afternoon. It is 12 o'clock. I guess that's it, kids. I've been on for over 2 hours. Oh my God. And once you guys found out I was on, this was a great conversation. You guys, I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. This makes me so happy. These kind of conversations make me so happy. It was wonderful. Yeah, that was a funny comment, right? Tony has a funny comment. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to get off now. JLJ this morning. It's over. This morning is over. So now it's afternoon. So I don't do a show in the afternoon. I do whatever. It's like that. So I may come on tonight for either evening or after dark. So just stay tuned for that. And chances are, so if it's tonight, it'll be around. So if I do evening, that's like 6, 7 o'clock my time. After dark is always after 10 p.m. my time. So hang in there, Andrea, your dad, and everything that's going on with that. Everybody out there, talk to you guys later.